Welcome to the lovely town of Amarillo. Welcome to the Saloon of Amarillo. Big blind is $4. The small blind is $2. The gentleman calls.
Raise.
The gentleman calls.
Fold. Fold.
The gentleman calls.
I raise.
I fold.
Fold.
The gentleman wins $296. The gentleman calls.
I raise.
The gentleman calls.
Check. I'll check.
Player checks.
I fold.
The gentleman calls.
I fold.
The gentleman wins $276.
I fold.
Fold.
Turn.
I check.
Fold.
Fold. I fold.
The big blind is raised to
$8.
The small blind is flop. Player checks. Turn. Player checks. The river.
Fold. Fold.
The gentleman calls.
Fold.
The gentleman calls.
I check.
Player checks.
I raise.
The river.
I raise. Look out for me.
This player is out of money. Has left the table.
Fold.
The gentleman calls.
Check.
Raise.
The gentleman calls. Turn.
Check. Raise. These are real skills, boyo.
The miss calls. Player checks.
Fold.
Turn.
I check. I fold.
I raise.
All in $306. The winner takes $785. This player is out of money. Player has left the table. Welcome to the lovely town of El Paso. Welcome to the lovely town of Amarillo. Welcome to the Saloon of Amarillo. Big blind is $4. The small blind is $2. The gentleman calls.
I fold.
I raise.
The gentleman calls.
I check.
Check. Check. Fold.
I fold.
I raise.
The gentleman wins $178. The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls.
I check.
Flop.
I raise.
I fold.
The gentleman calls.
Fold.
I check. I win! I fold.
That's a lot to bet. I fold.
Player checks.
Raise.
The gentleman calls. Turn.
Raise. I check.
The gentleman wins $78. The big blind is raised to $8. Small blind is $4.
Fold.
I raise.
Fold.
The gentleman calls.
Fold.
The flop. Player checks.
These are real skills. I raise.
Fold.
I fold. Fold.
Turn.
I raise.
River. The gentleman calls.
I win. Fold.
The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls. Flop.
Check.
I check.
The gentleman calls. Turn. The river.
I raise. Man, I'm good.
The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls.
Check.
I check.
Check.
River.
I check.
I check.
I raise.
Raise.
The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls.
These are real skills.
The gentleman wins $509. This player is out of money. Player has left the table. The big blind is raised to $12. The gentleman calls.
I check. I raise.
Fold. I fold.
Sorry, but I won.
The gentleman calls.
Woohoo! I'm shaking.
Flop.
Check. Check.
I check.
I raise. Fold.
I fold.
I raise.
The gentleman wins $260.
I fold.
All in with $7.
I check. I check.
The river.
I check.
The gentleman calls. This player is out of money. Player has left the table. The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls. Flop. Player checks.
I check.
Turn. Player checks.
I raise.
I fold.
Look at me.
The big blind is raised to $16. The gentleman calls.
I check.
Flop.
Check.
I check.
I check.
Player checks. The river.
Check.
I check.
I fold.
I raise. Hey, I'm doing pretty well.
I raise.
Fold.
All in, $119. Flop. The gentleman wins $337. This player is out of money. Player has left the table.
I fold.
The gentleman wins $24.
Fold.
The gentleman wins $48. The big blind is raised to $20. The flop. Player checks. Player checks.
I fold.
The gentleman wins $177.
I check. I check.
Turn.
I check.
The gentleman calls.
Raise. I knew I was good.
The gentleman calls. The flop.
I fold.
The gentleman wins $60. The gentleman calls. The flop.
I check. Fold.
The big blind is raised to $30.
Fold.
The gentleman wins $45. The gentleman calls. The flop.
I check.
Turn. The gentleman calls.
I check. I raise.
The gentleman calls.
These are real skills.
The gentleman calls the flop.
Raise. Look at me.
The gentleman wins $185.
I check.
The flop. All in with 170. Turn. The total pot is $1,050.
I'm the winner.
The gentleman wins $1,050. This player is out of money. Player has left the table. Welcome to the Saloon of Amarillo. Big blind is $4. Small blind is $2.
Fold.
I fold.
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 The gentleman calls.
I check.
Player checks. Turn.
I check.
I fold.
I got you.
The winner takes $22.
Fold.
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 The gentleman calls. The flop.
I check. Wow, I'm shaking. Check.
Check.
Turn. River.
Check.
Check.
Sorry, I won.
The gentleman wins $16.
I raise.
I fold.
The gentleman calls.
Fold.
Fold.
I fold.
Fold, I
Raise.
Fold.
I fold.
The gentleman wins $155. The big blind is raised to $8. The small blind is $4. The miss calls. The gentleman calls.
I fold.
I fold.
The gentleman calls.
I raise.
I fold.
The gentleman calls. The flop.
Check.
The river.
I check.
I check.
Raise.
The gentleman calls. The madam calls. The gentleman calls.
I knew I was good. I fold.
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 Fold, I
I
fold.
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 I check. Check.
Turn.
Raise.
The lady calls.
Raise. Look out for me.
I fold.
Raise.
Fold.
I fold.
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 I raise. I got you.
I fold.
Fold, I
Fold.
I fold.
fold.
The lady calls.
Give me the chips.
The big blind is raised to $12. Small blind is $6. Welcome to the lovely town of El Paso. Welcome to the lovely town of Amarillo. Welcome to the Saloon of Amarillo. Big blind is $4. Small blind is $2. The gentleman calls.
I fold.
Check.
I check. I check.
Turn.
Check.
Check. Check.
Player checks.
I check.
I check. Raise.
The gentleman calls. All in $220. The gentleman wins $572. This player is out of money. Player has left the table. Welcome to the lovely town of El Paso. Welcome to the lovely town of Amarillo. Welcome to the Saloon of Amarillo. Big blind is $4. Small blind is $2. The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls.
I fold.
The gentleman calls. Flop.
I raise.
The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls. Turn.
Raise.
The gentleman calls. All in $250.
Fold.
The gentleman wins $420. The gentleman calls.
Raise.
The gentleman calls.
I check. I check.
These are real skills.
The gentleman wins $139. The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls.
Sorry, but I won.
The big blind is raised to $8. The small blind is $4.
I fold.
I raise.
I fold.
Fold, I fold.
The gentleman calls.
Fold.
The gentleman wins $151.
Fold.
I check. I check.
Player checks.
I check.
I check.
River.
I check. I check.
I raise.
Fold. Fold, I fold.
Those chips are mine. I raise.
I fold.
Raise.
Flop.
Check. Check.
Check.
The river.
Check. Sorry, I won.
The gentleman wins $135. The gentleman calls.
I fold.
Check.
Flop.
I check.
Turn.
check.
I fold.
Oh, wow, I'm shaking. Fold.
The gentleman wins $32. The big blind is raised to $12. The small blind is $6.
I fold.
The gentleman calls.
Raise.
The gentleman calls. Flop.
Check.
I check. Raise.
I fold.
The gentleman calls.
Check.
The gentleman calls. River.
I check.
The gentleman wins $367. This player is out of money. Player has left the table.
I fold.
Eh.
The gentleman calls.
Fold.
I raise. Hey, I'm doing pretty well. Fold.
I fold.
Fold.
The gentleman calls.
Oh, wow, I'm shaking. Raise.
The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls.
I check.
I raise.
I fold.
I win!
The big blind is raised to $16. The gentleman calls.
I fold.
I fold.
Fold.
The gentleman wins $64.
I fold.
I fold.
Turn.
I raise.
The river. Player checks. The gentleman wins $208. The gentleman calls. Flop.
I fold.
I fold.
Fold.
The gentleman wins $80.
fold.
Wow, I'm shaking. I fold.
The flop.
Fold.
The gentleman wins $56. The big blind is raised to $20.
I fold.
I raise.
I fold.
Oh, wow. I'm shaking.
The gentleman calls. The flop.
Check.
Player checks.
I'm the winner.
I fold.
Fold.
The gentleman calls.
Check.
The gentleman calls. Turn.
I fold.
The gentleman wins $100. The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls.
Check.
The flop.
Fold.
Turn.
I raise. Give me the chips.
I fold.
All in with $57. The flop.
That's it. Those chips are mine.
The big blind is raised to $30.
I fold.
I fold.
Raise. I raise. Fold.
I fold.
That's a lot to bet. Check.
All in $98. The gentleman calls. Turn. River.
Look out for me! Fold.
The gentleman calls.
Check. I check.
The gentleman calls.
I check.
River.
I check.
The gentleman wins $196. This player is out of money. Player has left the table.
Fold.
The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls. Flop.
I raise.
The gentleman calls. The river. All in with $270. The gentleman wins $540. The big blind is raised to $50. The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls. Flop. The gentleman calls. River.
I got ya!
This player is out of money. Player has left the table. The gentleman calls. Turn.
Check.
River.
I check. Fold.
The gentleman wins $250.
Those chips are mine.
The gentleman calls. Flop. Turn.
I check. I fold.
The gentleman wins $250. The big blind is raised to $100.
Oh, that's a lot to bet. Raise.
The flop.
I raise.
The total pot is $1,184.
I got ya!
Flop. The river.
What luck.
The gentleman wins $164. The gentleman calls. Flop. Turn. Flop.
I fold.
The gentleman wins $500. The big blind is raised to $150. All in $528. The total pot is $1,250.
Give me the chips.
The gentleman wins $1,250. This player is out of money. Player has left the table. Welcome to the coal mine. High stakes in this game. Who will own the coal mine? Big blind is $12.
Raise. I fold.
The gentleman wins $162. The flop.
I raise. Raise. Sorry, I won. I raise.
The gentleman calls.
I raise. Look out for me.
The gentleman wins $839. The big blind is raised to $16.
I fold. Now it's my turn.
The gentleman wins $174. The gentleman calls. Flop.
I fold.
The gentleman wins $264.
I check. I fold.
Now it's my turn.
The gentleman wins $252. The gentleman calls. Flop.
Fold.
The gentleman wins $304. The big blind is raised to $20. The gentleman calls. The flop.
I check.
I fold.
Raise.
The gentleman calls.
I win.
Fold. You're up against me now.
The gentleman wins $260. All in $436. The gentleman wins $456. The big blind is raised to $30.
I raise. Hey, I'm doing pretty well.
The gentleman calls. Flop.
Fold.
You up against me now.
The gentleman wins $560. The gentleman calls. The flop.
Check.
Turn.
Check.
All in $576. River.
Sorry, I won.
High stakes in this game. Who will own the coal mine? Big blind is $12.
I raise.
The gentleman calls. The flop. Turn. Total pot is $1,816. The gentleman wins $2,000. This player is out of money. Player has left the table. High stakes in this game. Who will own the coal mine? Big blind is $12.
I raise. I fold.
The gentleman wins $367. The gentleman calls.
Fold. I raise. Man, I'm good.
The big blind is raised to $16. The gentleman calls. Flop.
Check. I fold.
You're up against me now.
The gentleman wins $319.
Raise.
The gentleman calls. All in $823. Total pot is $1,739. Split pot. The gentleman calls.
Raise.
Turn.
I raise. Man, I'm good. I fold.
Now it's my turn.
The gentleman wins $24. The big blind is raised to $20.
Raise.
The flop.
I raise. Those chips are mine. Raise. Look out for me. Fold.
Now it's my turn.
The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls.
Fold.
The gentleman wins $340. The big blind is raised to $30. The gentleman calls. Flop.
I check. I fold.
The gentleman wins $146.
I raise.
The gentleman calls. Flop.
I fold.
You up against me now.
The gentleman wins $606. The gentleman calls. Flop.
Check. I fold. I raise. Those chips are mine.
The big blind is raised to $50.
Raise.
The gentleman calls.
Check. I fold.
You're up against me now.
The gentleman wins $678. The flop.
Raise. Look at me.
The gentleman wins $489. The gentleman calls. The flop.
I check. Fold.
Now it's my turn.
The gentleman wins $330.
That's a lot to bet. Raise.
The flop.
I check. I check. I check.
The gentleman wins $200. The big blind is raised to $100. The gentleman calls.
Check. Check. I fold.
The gentleman wins $300.
I raise.
The gentleman calls. Flop.
raise.
The gentleman calls the flop.
I check. I fold.
Now it's my turn.
The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls. Turn. The river. This player is out of money. The
Player
gentleman
has left
wins.
the table.